Hey everybody, this is RiderStarcraft bringing you another StarCraft 2 video. This one is maybe again, or maybe the first, depending on if I upload the other one. Daakku, the red Terran in the top left corner, versus Schizm, the orange Protoss in the bottom left corner. This is of course Delta Quadrant, one of the maps in the 1v1 map pool. And basically, if you like expanding, you will hate this map because there are rocks at literally every expansion except for the mains and the naturals. So that's going to be fun, lots and lots of fun. And in case the other one doesn't get uploaded, these players are both silver gold-ish level. I'm actually not quite sure. I know that Schizm plays in silver now, but he got demoted recently for losing a bunch of games on a bad streak, apparently, so I'm not sure how accurate that is. But, you know, we're just going to say silver gold-ish, because that appears to be the average. And Daakku actually isn't ranked yet. He's been playing Practice League a lot, and has only recently started to do his placement matches, so we don't know where he's at yet, but we'll find out. These players are about the same skill level, so epic games have a tendency to ensue. So, yeah. Basically, Schizm doing the normal thing, getting a gateway 13. Daakku doing the normal thing, getting a barracks 13. Easy for breezy. Making SUVs. Let's pull open the production tab so you guys can see what the fudge is going on. So yeah, they're checking shit out. Let's see. No, turn off camera. Alright. Both players have no clue where the other guy is, because it's a big map. There's a tower, and I kind of like this map for the rotation. That's not. I'm not saying that right. The fact that it is actually what's that term? I used to learn it in school, and now I completely forgot it. It's how a map is symmetrical, but not like mirror symmetrical, but rotation-wise. So every 90-degree chunk is similar to the next 90-degree chunk, which on this map means that you have a natural that points away from your opponent if you're lucky. And if you're not lucky, which Schizm in this particular case is, your back natural actually faces your opponent, so it's a lot easier to drop in there, to do any kind of fancy harass strategies. So that's a really interesting dynamic on that map that I haven't seen on any other map so far. Most of them have just been mirror symmetrical. Like Metalopolis, you can literally cut it in half, and one half is equal to the other half, but mirrored. So Daakku is just killing the probe. Wonder if the probe saw anything good. You saw the barracks. One barracks. With attack lab now. Attack. Let's put it back in everybody cam. Kaboom! So they exchange probes, and there they are dead even. No, unfortunately they're not. Taking Schizm has been doing a little bit of community boosting, and Daakku has maybe slipped slightly on SUV production. He's actually not that experienced of a player, while Schizm has been playing for a bit now. So yeah, there will be some differences. But of course, since Daakku plays with the fast expand going on, that's pretty fancy. Getting supply block too, not so much fancy. But I really like this. As I was saying, Daakku is the more inexperienced player, but he's pulling out some interesting strats. He's still watching things like MLG and the Day 9 Daily, so he gets his healthy dose of pro strats. So he knows what to do, and he knows how the game is supposed to look like. And based on that, he's doing actually pretty interesting, pretty good things. And Schizm has a slightly more experience, so he knows a little bit more how to... a Stargate! That's going to be fancy. I bet that's going to be Void Rays. I happen to know that Schizm loves this Void Rays. Of course, I have to nerf in 1-1-2. Well, nerf depends. It depends on how you use Void Rays. If you just straight move in and A-move with Void Rays, they are now stronger. If you are the kind of person that is able to keep the charge at all times, not so much. There's actually an interesting thread on Team Liquid. I think Crota made a video about how if you have a Void Ray that is non-charged and you start attacking, it takes about, I think, about 12 seconds before you actually start out-damaging the pre-112 patch Void Ray. But if you have charge still on, then it's sick, because they sort of half the damage it does to armored when it's charged. So that's kind of interesting, I thought. So definitely check that out, unless this video is like 2 years old and the thread's probably been buried and everybody's talking about patch 3000 right now. So yeah, Schizm's getting at the Void Ray, and Daakku's got his orbital command up at his expansion, and is getting a whole lot of Marauders. Getting some Marines in there too. The engineering bay for the upgrades, no doubt. Maybe for some missile turrets. That would be neat, considering air units. You might actually be using to break these rocks, which is a pretty good technique, I think. Because hey, if you have something that's strong against armored, why not take down those rocks, take a slightly safer expansion. Although I would argue that in this position, this is the safer expansion. Because you can more easily... Well... I'm torn. So Schizm moving out for a push. No, the troops are not on attack command. Oh my goodness, this is a lot of death for Protoss. Look at this Marauder just tearing through those Stalkers. This is over, people. These units have got to pull home, and Schizm is all of a sudden, from being in a pretty good position, with pretty good harass possibilities, he's suddenly in Frown Town. Did not make that up myself, and I'm sure you all know who did. I love the sentence, though. I love the phrase. But yeah, so Schizm has got 2 Void Rays that he really ought to be using to do a little bit of harass with, because he's getting attacked. And though Marauders often do not shoot at air that well, it's still a good idea to pressure. Oh, and he snipes the pylon and he makes a bunker. Oh man, this is cool, people. This is really cool. But he pulls back, done a lot of damage, and all of a sudden there's Void Rays. Ew, and he's making Marines. He's making so many Marines. But those Void Rays are definitely going to take out a tech lab, and then, oh my goodness. Daakku going, evil, GG. No, don't go. Ah, and it's over.